Welcome to the Josun Luxury Collection here in Seoul. This is my 7th luxury collection hotel. It's part of the Marriott group, but I'm so excited to check it out. This hotel offers stunning panoramic views of the city, and it's one of the most luxurious hotels I've ever seen in my life. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's go take a look. This is one of the most luxurious hotels in the whole city. This is actually the lobby area. You can sit down, have some nice teas, drinks. Check-in desks are right behind me, but it's a really cool arrival experience because it's in the basement, but there's people waiting to greet you and welcome you. This hotel celebrates the heritage and legacy of the first luxury hotel in Korea, which was 110 years ago. This building is brand new. It just opened in 2021. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's take a look. And welcome to our corner room. I love corner rooms. This is an absolute miracle. They only give this room if you use a nightly upgrade award. It's the Grand Master's Suite, or you have to pay an upgrade charge for it. Thankfully, we were able to get this incredible upgrade, this beautiful room. It's gorgeous, but let me just show you real quick. But walking in, I'm blown away. This puts the last hotels we've stayed at, from the Conrad, even the Park Hyatt, because I guess we didn't have suites there, but to shame almost. This is amazing. This hotel opened in 2021. It's brand new, but just look at this incredible room. Look at the lighting, look at the seating, from the floor to the ceiling. Everything is so sophisticated and gorgeous. But really, it's also really cool when you first walk in this little entrance. So here's the entrance to our room, and this is just so sophisticated. Like, they put so much money just into this entrance, so I have to talk about it. We have all these really cool indented paneling on the wall, this really sophisticated mirror with these rocks on the side, this wood here, and then this purple slab with this embelling around the mirror. Just so sophisticated. We have the 2 ceiling lights. We have the indented ceiling. We have 2 more beautiful lamps on the side. And then we not only have this wood framing all the way around here on the door, it goes over here back to the tiles, and then there's a whole sophisticated table here with a photo, and now we have the wood framing right here with the indentations as we're walking into the room itself. Just absolutely stunning. I also love this piece here, this little bit divider, because as you're coming around the corner, it kind of makes the room a little bit hidden, so then it's like a surprise when you kind of come around, but just gorgeous. These glass pieces here, it's like a work of art. This room is literally like a palace, the Josun Palace, so it does feel like I'm in a palace. Just spectacular. Now, we do have air purifying machines. It's one of the only countries in the world that they're basically, in all the rooms we've had on this trip, some sort of air purifier pretty much, but this is the fanciest one I've ever seen. It's a Samsung, but it's just an air purifier, but look at this. It's like metallic, this bronze color, just gorgeous how it's like an art piece all in and of itself, but keeps the air fresh from pollutants. But we have this whole wall here. It has very nice texture to it, which is actually, from the photos, it just looked like a flat white wall, but it actually is textured, which is it's expensive for that with art and the lights on the side. So it's totally fine. And we have the framing here. So beautiful walls. I actually love them. They're actually very clean, and you don't really want too much on it anyway. So I'm totally happy with it. Now here's the beautiful living area. So they have standard rooms, and then they have the junior suites, and then they have Grand Masters, and then they have Grand Master suites. So this is one of their best rooms they have. They still have higher level rooms, but those are just way too expensive. They're in the millions of the currency here. But anyway, beautiful work desk. This is one of those work desks you feel like the king of the city. It reminds me kind of similar to the one I had at the St. Regis Dubai, the Palm and the Astor suite, just that really huge, beautiful work desk. But this is fantastic because it's just gorgeous, this design on the front, but when you're sitting down here, you're just looking out into the beautiful city. Incredible views. This is so high up. We're on the 29th floor, but we're just looking out over Seoul. It's awesome. It's a great location here in Seoul, looking out. The one thing about the chairs, I actually don't like the chairs where these legs stick out like this. It's just very cheap. So for luxury hotels, they should not have these kind of chairs, but just really minor flaw. Otherwise, everything else is just perfect. Really cool bookshelf. Bookshelves are at the only most expensive hotels in the world, because this is not a wall. They could have had this just a flat green wall back here, but they didn't. They decided to make it sophisticated with this bookshelf, all of these artifacts, books, hotel secrets, I'll be reading that later. and just some really unique things here. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes to like walls in luxury hotels. They should be things like this: bookshelf, paneling, something special. There should never just be a flat wall with like wallpaper on it. That's not luxury. Now we do have the nice big TV here in the middle. I love how this stand is kind of curved here, how it frames the TV, but just the color here, it's just so beautiful. The tones, how it contrasts the TV, it contrasts the lighting. These are some of the most beautiful lights I've ever seen. They're the centerpiece of the whole room. I love lights, so these lights inspire me so much. Another chair over here, that's a big couch. This couch, I mean, it's not a pull-out couch, but you can easily sleep someone on top of it, just because this thing comes off in the back, and it's a pretty big couch. So if you have to, I think someone definitely can sleep on this couch. Really nice thing here, when we checked in, they got us in the elevator, and then someone came later and explained the whole room to us, everything, and then someone else came and brought us like little chocolates here. That is just so sweet. Like, the thought that counts. Check-in was phenomenal. Sit down check-in, very smooth. We didn't feel uncomfortable. They were very kind. A lot of check-ins feel uncomfortable because they argue with you about different benefits or upgrades. Here, so kind, caring, just made it so simple, so easy. Staff are so friendly. So this is the living area, but we're not done yet, because now we're heading into the bathroom and the master bedroom. These doors do close off, so if you want to have a little bit of privacy in here, and they're nice solid wood doors, so they won't let the light in, which is nice as well. Now we have the master bedroom in there, but I want to show you the bathroom first, because the bathroom is just spectacular. This bathroom, even a little bit of the room, it reminds me a little bit of the St. Regis Hong Kong, just how sophisticated everything is. Because the St. Regis Hong Kong for me is still like my top room design in the world. Definitely pull it up on my channel, but that hotel still just, it's my favorite room design ever, designed by Andre Fu. But this one, it's giving me almost, this one is giving me almost similar vibes, just because of how sophisticated it is. Even luxury hotels these days, they just go so cheap on so many things, especially a lot of like W hotels I've been seeing lately, but this, they spared no expense. Now, the one thing is the bathrooms here, I feel like they could have like a city view, kind of like the Park Hyatt did, but regardless, you're gonna wanna hang out in this bathroom. It's gorgeous. We have the 2 sinks here for a suite, which is what I look for. These lights are really cool. It's like a rock marble light, how they dangle from the ceiling. And you have this really cool indented paneling that is circling you here, because it circles on this side and then it circles over here by the tub, and it's backlit. So it's not only paneling in the wall, but it's backlit, and it provides such a unique ambiance. I've never had that at any other bathroom I've been to. And then not only that, but it's indented. You have this, how it comes out from the ceiling here with this rock. You have the indentations up here on the ceiling for the lighting. You have the different colored marble. You have the darker colored marble here, and then it goes to the lighter colors here, as well as on the other parts of the wall, you have the lighter colored marble. And then these doors are just the coolest looking things. Just the detail on these doors. You have like this back part, and then you have the different framing here. But we head on in here to the beautiful rainfall shower, which is what I expect from luxury hotels, but you're like in your own little oasis spa area in there. It's plenty spacious. It has a whole bench, handheld, plenty of amenities, but it's literally floor to ceiling tiling, which is just fantastic. And then over here you have your own private area for the toilet. Huge area, it's perfectly lit. Also floor to ceiling marbling, just gorgeous. That's what makes it a palace. It's just everywhere. The marbling is just everywhere. Beautiful. Up here we have all the amenities, and now this is cool. This actually makes up the Josun Palace here, because it opened in 1914, so they're actually celebrating their 110-year heritage, but it actually creates a picture here, the different amenities. So only at the few hotels in the world have I seen something like this. The main one being the Mezim in Tokyo. Theirs did the same thing, which was kind of similar, as well as the Conrad we just stayed at here in Seoul did something similar, but like that is a lot of extra money they have to spend to have that engraved on each individual box. Incredible. Now the robes. Highly approve of the robes. Look at how thick these are. They're the fret robes. This is what I'm talking about. Feels like lately none of the hotels have passed my robe test. This one does. Look at the beautiful Josun Palace embedded logo there. Just really nice plush robes. That is luxurious. On top of that, we have some of the most amazing slippers ever right down here. Now, two came in the room. They also just delivered us more because we asked for them, but I highly approve of these. Just look at how thick these are. These are the fret slippers, but look at this embedding into the slippers. they're custom just for this hotel. So it's with their logo. So these, I highly approve of both the robe and the slippers. It's almost rare today to find a hotel that I approve of both. So that is just an extra level of special. The slippers are embroidered. The emblem is embroidered into the slippers, which is just really something special. Now, here's the whole closet area. You just want to hang out here. We got the purple tones. I love the different colors because in there we had like the green tone by the TV. Here we have the deep purple, which purple represents like royalty. And we have these really cool sophisticated lights here. I love these just in your closet space. Those are beautiful. And then we have something I've never seen before at a hotel. I think it's only in their huge suites, but this is actually a clothes cleaner for dust. So, I mean, she said if you like go out and you get your clothes dirty with dust, you put them in here and it'll get all the dust off, which is not really something practical I think anyone will use, but it's just that much level of extra. Over here we have some hangers, not the biggest closet space I've ever seen for a suite because we just have these few containers, but down below they have a kit you can put your shoes in there. It's complimentary shoe shining here. And then here's the other robe and just kind of the other place to store your belongings. There's also a safe in the other closet there. So now here's heading into the master bedroom. You have another yet door, so if you want this to also be private, you can. But this is just beautiful. Now, when I first planned this trip to Seoul, I had about 5 or 6 hotels I wanted to stay at, but this was actually not originally one of them. And the main reason being because on the Marriott website, when I was just scrolling through photos of all the hotels in Seoul, I saw like a room picture for this room and I just saw this. And anytime, the first photo I look at any hotel before I book a room is the room photo of the beds. Because if the back headboard, there's nothing there, I'm not interested really in staying at that hotel. So for me, from the photos online, it just looked like a white wallpaper. And I'm like, for a luxury hotel, that is unacceptable. I never want to stay there. But as I was doing more research and I saw the other photos of this property, I'm like, wow, this place is actually amazing. But it's actually not just a flat white wall. It's actually indented here with a whole like pattern. So that actually makes up for it. It's very nice. But yeah, it does look kind of flat, but look above. We have the indented ceiling, how this kind of curves out here. That is really unique with the backlit lighting, and these lights are really fancy. You have the molding, you have the marbling down here on these lights, just gorgeous, but this is a centerpiece for the bed. I also love the nightstands with that little purple on there. Like, they're such unique art pieces. It's like you're almost in an art museum in your room. It's just gorgeous. You have this whole tablet here, and it's really simple to use, but you just basically, you can use this tablet to open, close the drapes, turn on every single light. Right now they're all on. You can even set your temperature for the room right on this iPad. So that's actually really fancy. And then if you don't really like iPads or you're not tech savvy, even though it's simple to use, they also have it right here on the control panel. So this is actually one of the easiest hotels I've had to operate the lights. It also looks like they have a wireless charger here by the bed, which is nice touch. Reading light, of course, and the phone by the table. We also have a really cool Bose speaker here. I love when they have a special speaker by the bed or just anywhere in the room so you can play your own music. And then the other cool thing is this is padded here by the bed so you aren't going to stub your toe on this frame at the night. That's so extra. And then the beautiful light in the ceiling. Your eye just goes right to this. It's such a unique custom piece. Absolutely gorgeous. Now in here, this is so extra. You have like a makeup mirror station to get ready with another mirror here. Light. Beautiful counter space, so if you don't want to work at that work desk or if someone wants to work in here, even on like a laptop, you can. Just a whole little, just extra amenities here, which is nice. Another air purifier over here, that really fancy one, so you're going to be breathing the cleanest air you've ever breathed probably in here. And then it's also great they have the ottoman in front of the bed. That's something I look for. I forgot to mention, but that's something the Park Hyatt could have in front of their beds as well to make the rooms a little bit nicer. They did not, but I always like when luxury hotels have that in front of the bed because it's nice to put your luggage on, because a lot of times there's not a lot of places to put your luggage. Now this is also just so extra, but if you've been noticing, all these walls here are not just flat. Look at how they're indented, these giant squares, how they stick out on the wall. But we have another cool whole light over here, and it actually, you can actually move this lamp, which is just, this is the coolest thing. But you can move this lamp to get the perfect lighting. But look at this unique couch. Like, this is such an expensive piece because it's custom built just for this hotel, this special couch. Nice table, but it's going to be great here because this hotel really has some of the best views in Seoul from the hotels we've stayed at, because we're looking out over the whole city, and this is a corner room. So we have this whole view. So you're going to want to sit here, you're going to want to read a book, you're going to want to just relax, take in the moment, have some tea, have some coffee before bed, because you're not only looking at the beautiful view here, you're looking at your beautiful bedroom and your bed in your beautiful suite. Overall, I'm so happy we decided to stay here. This place has definitely blown my mind expectation-wise because I wasn't expecting this level of quality, but this is a brand new hotel. I'm so glad I finally decided to stay here. This might be my favorite hotel in Seoul by the time this trip is all over. We still have one more hotel to review, which is the JW Marriott, so stay tuned. But just everywhere I look in here, it's just so amazing. Even the standard rooms, they're just something special about them. Floor to ceiling windows. But I love being in a new hotel because everything is new and modern and clean. And the staff here have been so warm-hearted, so friendly, and they're the most overstaffed hotel of all the ones we've been to. There are so many people out front in the lobby to greet you, to help you. It's just fantastic. But let's go check out the rest of the hotel because it's one of the most beautiful hotels in the city, and I want to show you every part of it. Let's go. Welcome to the Josun Palace Luxury Collection Hotel located in the heart of Gangnam. One of Seoul's most elevated luxury hotels in every sense of the word. This property blends history with height. The hotel officially opened in May 2021, but its name pays homage to the original Josun Hotel, which first opened in 1914 as Korea's very first luxury Western style hotel. So this new Josun Palace is both a revival and a reimagination designed to bring old world elegance into the modern skyline of Seoul. And it definitely does that. The hotel is perched high above the Centerfield Tower, a gleaming mixed-use development in Gangnam's business corridor. From its soaring 36th floor sky lobby to the glass-encased restaurants and penthouse suites above, Josun Palace quite literally rises above the rest, both in architecture and in service. It was designed by Hubert and Poyet, a Monaco-based luxury architecture firm. The interior channel is Art Deco style, with Korean heritage motifs and futuristic minimalism all wrapped into one. Think gold brushed elevator panels, crystal lighting, clean architectural lines, and serene palettes of gray, cream, and metallic tones. The result, a hotel that feels like a palace in the sky. The property has 254 rooms, which includes 33 suites. It's on the top floors of the building, which is excellent, providing panoramic views from almost every room. Now, when you arrive, it's not quite the grand street-level entrance you might expect. Instead, you're greeted at the B1 basement level arrival level, where vehicles pull into a sleek, covered drive. While it's technically underground, the space is elevated by seasonal decor, ambient lighting, and modern art pieces. This level is often buzzing with Bentleys and black sedans, setting the tone for the clientele that stay at this property. After you're dropped off, staff are right there to assist with luggage and direct you towards the elevators. From here, you'll head straight up to the 25th floor to reach the grand reception. This arrival area is so unique because it's unlike any other hotel I've been to. While it's in the basement, they have this really cool lighting above, so it could almost feel like you're outside until you look the other way and you just see the parking garage. But it's very nicely designed. No detail was left out here. It's just really beautiful how they have the Josun emblem. They also, I was so impressed, they have plenty of staff. This hotel usually has a lot of cars coming in and out all day long. It can get extremely busy. However, there's always a ton of staff here to help you open your doors, get you loaded in. So I really appreciated that about the staff and arrival area here at Josun. Now let's go on the journey together to walk inside up to the guest rooms. Now, first thing when you first arrive, you're going to enter this main downstairs area, and it looks like instantly you're stepping into a palace. You have the beautiful chandeliers, you have the beautiful glass, you have all the marbling, the stone, even the doors are that beautiful glass see-through, and they're automatic. When you first enter here, you have the concierge area, as well as other bell staff to assist you. As you wind the corner, you're greeted by an enormous statue. The statue, I'm not really exactly sure what it means, but it definitely is very grand, and I believe it must play in some port to the history. But this is called like the Arrival Avenue, and it's a really unique concept because the Arrival experience where you get teleported up to the lobby, it's just really unique. You get to wind around here, and then you get to take these elevators up to the main level check-in reception. At busy times, there sometimes can be a queue here for the elevators, as there are maybe a lot of people coming in from their vehicles, And then they only have these few here that take you all the way up to the 25th floor, which is the grand reception area. But once you're up, it's just really beautiful. You feel like you're in another world. They have a special signature scent known as Lasting Impression, which smelled really lovely. The reception lobby area is definitely one of the most stunning I've seen. I love it because there's plenty of seating areas, so you can either sit down here to check in, or most people do check in at the main check-in desks. But it also has a lounge area, so you can order light bites and food. But even the hallways here before you enter are just stunning. All the different artwork, design, lighting fixtures, marbling on the floor, walls, different tones. They even have a lot of fresh flowers that are replaced often to keep them fresh. But as soon as you're up here, you're towering over the city, and those floor-to-ceiling windows provide for the most exceptional view. It's truly a priceless experience. Now, check-in for us went really well. We sat down. They have these nice iPads. The check-in desks are very sophisticated with really cool lights that I loved. I love the back paneling. It's just really beautiful. Check-in people were very sweet. They do their best to take care of elite members. They give you this paper that kind of outlines all the different features of the hotel. They also offer a lot of amenities and dining experiences, which are all outlined on this card. The other really cool thing here is they also do have a drink there in the lobby in the middle area. You can just help yourself whenever you'd like. And then the lighting there is also really nice. This area is also where they do have a business center equipped with a couple of computers and a printing station, which is great. The property is celebrating their 110-year anniversary here through 2024, which was last year, which is very significant, being the first luxury hotel in Seoul. Now, from that lobby reception area, you can basically wind around, and then you get taken to the guest room elevators, which are separate. A lot of hotels, you just have the one elevator that takes you to all the different floors. Unfortunately, here you do have to switch elevators, which is one of those negative feedbacks I've seen a lot of guests leave, just because it takes a little bit more time where you get dropped off with your vehicle to get in that elevator, to get up to the grand lobby reception, and then walk around to the other elevators, which take you to the rooms. Even the elevators here are just striking. Here's kind of the hotel map where everything is located on the different floors. The nice part about the property is it is located in the higher floors of the tower, so that is a great feature. Now, I loved when you get off from the elevator on your floor. It is just so sophisticated. Even the walls, all the marbling, they put a lot of money into this hotel, and you can really just feel it. I love new hotels where you can really feel the luxury and all the design elements. There's so many different textures, materials that were used, the colors. It really feels like a palace. It just feels expensive. Right after check-in, we were escorted up to our room, which I love when they escort you, which is really nice. The key packets here are also really unique. They have the room key, and then inside it's a little bit of a nice design branded just for the hotel, and it also includes kind of an outline of all of the times and amenities on property, which is just really special. Here's just a quick overall view of our room. I again just loved all the different details. It's one of those rooms you just kind of want to hang out in and not really leave unless you have to, just because of the beautiful views, all the different materials, the even tiny bit of a higher ceiling, the lighting. It's just stunning. No matter where you look, there is just something beautiful. Now, I already did the room tour, but the only thing I want to include here is the mini bar, because I did forget to talk about that during the room tour. But here's the mini bar. It's very sophisticated, very beautiful. You have all the glasses, you have the items for purchase. You have a really fancy Nespresso coffee machine, one of the higher end ones, as well as the kettle for hot water. Now, when we originally got to the room and the lady was explaining everything, she kind of acted like we could request coffee and tea anytime 24/7. So later that night, I actually requested tea to the room and got charged for it. So I was very confused. But at the end of the day, it ended up just being the language barrier. I don't think she completely understood what it was. But you can get extra teas and coffees for the minibar complimentary. It's just they don't make the tea like St. Regis and deliver it to you. Here's also the night view from the room, because I didn't cover this fully before, but I actually stayed up really late the one night we were here just to look out at the view. It really is stunning. The skyscrapers align the whole street there, and then way in the distance you can actually see the Signal Hotel, which is, I believe, the highest building in the city and the tallest hotel. That one may just be the most luxurious hotel in the city, even surpassing this one, but I unfortunately did not have a chance to stay at that property during this trip. Here's a quick look at one of their other rooms. Every single room here is just so unique. But this one does have the 2 beds, but it's a really unique design there with the little table and those yellow chairs. Now, this is going into the beautiful main restaurant. This is where breakfast is served. Let's start here with Constans. This is the hotel's main restaurant located on the 24th floor. This is where breakfast is served daily from 7 to 10 a.m. And I have to say, it was easily one of the most impressive and beautiful breakfast buffets I've ever seen. Now, it's a very unique setup because they have 2 different times for breakfast, and you actually have to choose when you check in or before the next morning. So basically, everyone comes in at the first showing, which is, I believe, at 7 a.m., and you get about an hour and a half for breakfast, and then everyone has to leave. So you can't come and be here for several hours. Then they reset everything, and then they have a second whole set of people come in for the last hour and a half of breakfast to enjoy. But it's very nice because they have a lot of guests and rooms, so it keeps it from getting too overcrowded. But they have so many unique options, from pastries to the cereals to the yogurts to the hot dishes. It's one of those buffets that is very large, and you probably will need to do a lot of walking because it's spread across the different room areas. So you're definitely up a lot from the table walking around, which I don't always appreciate as much, but here it really is beautiful. The chefs are also very nice and kind on top of it. For example, one of the dishes, I believe it was only spicy rice or something like that. So they actually made us a whole set of special rice that we could eat, which was a lot better. But it's just really cool that they're that kind and nice. But they not only have a lot of Asian style dishes, it's like any other really big international buffet. They also have a lot of Western inspired dishes. So they definitely have something for everybody. The breakfast comes to about $42 per adult, so it is pretty expensive, and then I believe with tax and fees it gets close to $50. So that actually is pretty expensive, but it's an experience all in and of itself. Here's a quick look at the fried rice chef, and that is not in fast forward mode. That is literally how fast he cooks the rice. But it's a beautiful venue. Service was great, a lot of helpful staff. You also can order cappuccinos and lattes, so that was really nice. They also have a lot of good juices, and then they have plenty of different unique seating areas. The ceilings are beautiful as well, and then the public area has very nice bathrooms. Next up, we're going to go down the hall. This is all on the same level because we have one of the most exclusive restaurants here in the city. This restaurant is called the Eatanic Garden, and it is a dinner restaurant. This is the hotel's Michelin-starred Korean fine dining restaurant. This place is really something special. It's not super huge, it's very intimate, but it's open mostly for dinner and offers a multi-course menu inspired by Korean history and seasonal local ingredients. Next up is the Great Hong Ying. This is the on-site Chinese restaurant which specializes in Cantonese fine dining. I actually did have the privilege to have dinner at this restaurant, mostly because of just how beautiful it is. The design is striking. You just want to relax here. Everywhere you look is just really beautiful. They have really good views, floor-to-ceiling windows, but even if you aren't by a window, it's still just beautifully prepared. Now, our experience at dinner was the only part of the trip where the service was not on par. Once someone sat us down and gave us the menus, no one really checked in on us. It was a very awkward experience. In fact, once we first saw our waiter who sat us down and introduced himself, we never saw him again the rest of the time. It was other people who would come by that I'd have to ask for stuff. It just didn't match the service in the rest of the hotel at all. So we did let them know about it, but I wish it was definitely better service at the Chinese restaurant. Next up is the 1914 Lounge and Bar. This is open from 10 a.m. to midnight on weekdays and until 1 a.m. on weekends, I believe. The space is all about afternoon tea and cocktails. The interior is Art Deco with gold accents and a grand piano for live jazz in the evenings. They have an afternoon tea set, which is approximately $80 per person, and I definitely recommend a window seat because it has spectacular views. But the design is breathtaking, from the beautiful ceiling, the lighting, how it's curved, even the carpeting. Every detail is just very unique, and it definitely feels extremely luxurious. That part of 1914 is more what I consider the lounge, and as we continue on, we enter the bar. And what stuns you is the extremely high ceilings, the glass, and the bar area, which has the really amazing pendant lamps all hanging down from the ceiling. This area is striking. It's definitely one of the coolest bars. Definitely the place you're going to want to come at least one time during your stay. They offer timeless classic cocktails of the golden age to even masterpiece signature cocktails creatively reinvented from famous recipes. Here's just a quick look at the menu. And finally, we have the Josun Deli. This is located on the ground floor, and it has fresh baked goods, pastries, and coffees. It's perfect for takeout before you head out for the day. This venue was beautifully designed, and everything looked just so amazing. They also sell a lot of different wines and drinks. The hotel's wellness club includes a fitness center, indoor pool, and traditional sauna facilities, all located on the 26th floor. When you first arrive, there is a little reception desk where they'll ask you for your room number, where you will sign in. Then you can proceed down the hallway. There is the fitness center, and then there also is a sauna. Now, the sauna is an extra charge and unfortunately is not included. As you continue along, there is a little seating area, and now this is heading to the pool area. The pool does have changing rooms here for men and women, and then the pool facilities are stunning. Here's a quick look at the men's locker room. It's not super huge, it's pretty small, but they have lockers. They also have a couple showers, so if you want to rinse off before the pool, you can. Very nice, the floor to ceiling marbling there. Here's the different lockers where you can leave your things, and then they do ask you to take off your shoes, and you can either wear bare feet or slippers here into the pool area. Now, this is definitely one of the most striking city hotel pools I've ever seen. It reminds me first up of like the Ritz-Carlton in Melbourne, Australia, just kind of how it's like a almost infinity edge design, but you also do have the nice lounge chairs. But it's very well appointed. I love the lighting in the ceiling. The pool was a very comfortable temperature, and the different design work is just really cool. How you have the archways, you have the live plants, and it's stunning both during the day and the night. Now, the pool is not open all night, unfortunately. It does close. The pool is open from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. every single day. And then the fitness center is open 24/7. The fitness center is sleek, modern, and fully equipped with high-end techno gym machines, including cardio treadmills, ellipticals, and bikes. They also have for strength cable machines, free weights and benches. They also have even recovery tools like yoga mats, stretching zones, and full-length mirrors. It's open to hotel guests only, and compared to other city hotels, it really excels in ambiance. There's natural lighting, climate control, and high ceilings to make workouts feel less confined. It's very stunning. I went here at all hours of the day. Very beautiful. Here's some more of the different rooms that they have. And they even have an oxygen generating machine in the fitness center to keep you at a lower altitude to help you with your fitness. That is the most luxurious thing I've ever seen. They also have plenty of water bottles, towels, but you're definitely going to want to do a quick jog on the treadmill because it really is the best view. Just looking out, and it's extremely modern and new equipment. I love the lighting and the ceiling. They even have a Pilates room, which is so extra. They have all the different equipment in there, and then they also have a physical therapy room here with yoga mats and yoga balls. Now, the sauna is an additional fee. I'm glad they have it, but I really wish that they made it available to all hotel guests, even if it was just for a limited time. I think all luxury hotels should have a sauna included for all guests. Now, if you go down to the basement arrival area, exit the hotel and turn right downstairs there are a couple more entrance doors called Centerfield East. And inside here right away, you have these escalators that take you downstairs, and it's actually a nice little food court. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money but still want a nice dining experience outside of the hotel, you can come down here, and they actually have several different food options, which we found very helpful. While we were in the city, we also were able to go to the Yoido Full Gospel Church, which is actually the largest Christian church in the world. It was extremely powerful message about Jesus, and they have an international section up top. They love having foreigners visit, and the foreigner section up top, they do give you headphones with your language from whichever country you're from, so you can listen to the whole message and hear the beautiful singing. Here's just a quick clip of the beautiful instruments and singing during the service. Okay, now for the review of the Josun Luxury Collection here in Seoul. Rooms 5 out of 5. They're brand new. Hotel just opened about, I think, May 2021, so very recently ago. So everything is brand new. Brand new glass skyscraper. It occupies the very top floors of this building. Everything about the rooms is just fantastic, gorgeous, standard rooms, suites, lovely floor-to-ceiling windows. Very clean, elegant. You feel like you're in a palace. Next up is Inspiration, 5 out of 5. From the moment you arrive, they have the coolest pull-in area with your vehicle. They have people waiting for you, the elevators, the hallways, every detail of the restaurants. It's just really spectacular. The rival lobby where you check in, we were just blown away with Inspiration, especially even for breakfast. It's just extreme wow. Next up is Service, strong 5 out of 5. They are definitely overstaffed here, which is good, especially for the service. Every time you're getting on an elevator, off an elevator, there's someone there. Every time you pull in with your vehicle, they're always there. They have like 7 to 10 people out front all the time just waiting for vehicles to come in to assist you, which is excellent. Also, there's just people to, when you check in the lobby, always there to help you with anything you may need. The service at the restaurants was good, so very good service. Finally, value. Would I return? Definitely 5 out of 5. One of the new best hotels in the world, especially this room that we got, just fantastic. I definitely want to come back here. There's just nothing else like it. Being up this tall, looking out at the whole city in Seoul here, and the rooms, just how new they are, clean, modern, and the staff are so heartfelt, warm, caring, amazing. So perfect score here at the Josun Palace. Now, if you're looking to stay here, the pricing, it's a little bit on the higher side. I think it's one of the most expensive hotels in Seoul. It's around $300 to $400 per night for a standard room. This one is about $1,000 if you book it directly. This one they typically don't upgrade you to unless you apply a nightly upgrade award and it gets approved. So you can definitely try doing that. Otherwise, they still have like junior suites and other little bit big rooms that are still very nice. Now, for using points, the points here are going to be anywhere from, I believe, about 55,000 points a night up to about 75,000 points a night. I think last night for us was about 66,000 points, and then tonight was about like 75,000. So I think it's a great redemption, even though you're not getting a penny a point. Otherwise, it's just still $400 or $500 is still way too much for us. So that's why for this hotel we did use the points. But you can't go wrong if you decide to stay here. It is amazing, and I can't wait to see you at our final hotel in Seoul, the JW Marriott. Let's go.